Sonic's no stranger to fan games on Roblox. You can search up Sonic just once, and sure enough, you'll be met with a few pretty ambitious projects. And of course, the main attraction on Roblox being the official Sonic Speed Simulator, which if you've been on this channel, you'll know that's a game that I used to cover religiously. While I was bored recently, I decided to take another escapade to Roblox and see what my search for Sonic would lead me to this time. In came Sonic Strikers Charged. At first, I thought this was a play on Mario Strikers Charged, which it likely was, and it made me think that this was some sort of Sonic Soccer inspired fan title, with the Sonic Riders branding, which in my mind sounded really cool, but when I booted into the game, I wasn't met with that at all. To be completely honest, I couldn't really tell what was going on. I had spawned in and instantly died, only to be met with hearing Sonic and Jet battle it out, while being completely confused. I was about to turn the game off because I just thought with it being in pre-alpha, as stated in the title, that there wasn't just much going on for it, and maybe that Sonic and Jet were just emoting and that's all that they were allowed to do. But fate had other plans. After I left, I started the game again, and luckily enough, I loaded into an intermission screen, where I was playing as a Chow instead. After walking around the small waiting room for the match to begin again, that's when it clicked with me what this was. A Sonic Riders inspired battle arena game. I could have probably gotten that this was the idea of the game if I had read the description, but I'm stubborn. Leave me alone. When you start the game, you're granted with a small bit of air, which is used for your extreme gear, which for everyone is just air skates. You go around collecting rings and fighting one another with items you pick up. Speaking of items, you have the chance of picking up more air for your extreme gear, a rocket, an ice rocket that freezes opposing players, a shield, a health canister that heals for plus 10 health, an Octus badnik that lets you ink opposing players for a small amount of damage, and a character special ability. The air mechanic in this game is pretty simple. While I couldn't figure out the right button on controller, whether or not it's actually mapped to a controller, I'm not aware. On keyboard you press Q, and there's a mass amount of skills that you can switch from for this button, but we'll get into that a little later. Other than that, you use E to taunt, which acts as a ping system, since after a short amount of time of playing within the arena, character icons disappear, and finally you use your left mouse button to use your items while holding it to aim. The game only features 2 maps at the moment, as again it's in pre-alpha. These maps are Babylon Towers and Cosmic Pit, though I will say when it came to the selection, I did often than not get Babylon Towers quite a lot, and only ever rarely got Cosmic Pit. I'd say that both maps are pretty well designed. Babylon Towers is more open and has a lot more to explore, making it a lot harder to be cornered, while Cosmic Pit is a bit more difficult, finding yourself getting close cornered pretty often and tiles of the floor falling, so you really gotta watch your step. But before you get yourself into the battle, let's head back to the intermission lobby. While you're there, you're represented by a Chow. You can see how many rings you've collected over the course of playing, which most of it comes from your winnings. Every time you win a game, you get 100 rings. You get a timer for when the next game starts, and the amount of players in the match, which allows up to 8 players total. In the bottom right hand corner, you get the menu button. When clicking it, you're greeted to a few options. Tutorial, which isn't fully implemented in, though it doesn't take long to get used to the game and understand the overall objective so far. Strikers, which are the characters you play as. Shop, where you can go and buy new things such as characters and skills. Chow is where you change and customize how your Chow looks. So far it's just color customization at the moment. And skills, where you can equip a certain skill to be used by your Q key, as mentioned earlier. Characters that you can unlock at the moment include Sonic, which you start off with, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Jet, Storm, and Wave. Skills you can unlock are Taunt, which you start off with alongside the double jump skill. Dash allows you to perform a dash in the direction that you're facing. Spring Seeker lets you use wide springs within the arenas. Rocket Dash, which allows you to dash upwards to reach higher places. And Gravity Push, which allows you to generate a gravitational field using the Arc of the Cosmos, which I haven't really seen in action yet, so I'm not really sure what that exactly means. While in the small waiting room, aside from taunting, which makes a Chow sound, you can go around and do different things, such as find small hats to put on, eat fruit, interact with Big, who wonders if Froggy is around, and even become a Pepsi can, because why not? While playing within the arena, you're going to want to keep an eye on your ring count, as I think this leads you to potentially getting better items. I could be wrong about that, but it felt like I did get better items with a higher ring count. And be sure to keep an eye on your air meter, as that is used when you're using your skill, or after using a special move. When you're out of air, you walk just like you usually do in a Riders game, and your only way of recovering is to get an item box to get an instant plus 10 filled to your air gauge. I think the blocky-like designs fit this game really well, as it is a Roblox title. It definitely sticks out a little bit, and I also feel that the creators have really captured the vibe of Riders, which I'm very pleased with. The intros to the battle arenas really do feel like they came right out of a Riders game, and while there isn't a lot snapshot here from this pre-alpha, I can say that I got a lot of fun out of what I played. I'm looking forward to when the next update may be. The last update for this game was back on Christmas Day of last year, so I'm hoping the creators are cooking up something special for the next update, as I do really think this game has a lot more that it can offer. I see the true potential that this game is and can be. I'm very curious to see what the overall final product for this game can be. The game is really fun when you have a lot of people playing, so I encourage you to go and give this a shot if this looks like something that would interest you. It can be a bit chaotic though at times, especially in Babylon Towers. When it gets down to a few people left, you'll find most people grinding out and camping the closest item boxes. I would suggest maybe spreading them out a little bit more to make it more challenging, but that's my only suggestion. I feel Cosmic Pit is a bit more spread out when it comes to item box placement, so not much to note there. Sonic Striker's Charge is something you definitely want to keep your eye on if you're present and active within the Sonic Roblox community. If you want to try it out for yourself, I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video as well as a pinned comment. Do you think this game is something you'd be interested in supporting? What would you like to see come to this game? Let me know in the comment. If you like this video, I encourage you to leave a like and share it around. I'd also really appreciate it if you subscribed and click that notification bell to keep up with Sonic content over here and just to keep up with whatever I'm doing. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later.